Alright, folks, we're back. We're back with another episode of Storyalises.
We're doing episode 2 and 3 right together.
Yes, Christian, we are.
Are you keeping up so far, or are you confused at all?
Not confused at all.
Okay.
I am not confused at all. I am liking how it's unraveling. Actually, it's giving me Dark Matter vibes. The way John Titor is explaining the concept of alternate realities. Well, not alternate, like multiple branches due to actions committed. That took me back to Dark Matter right away.
And you specifically mentioned the whole, when we were talking about the importance of having a good layout for how time would work in the story. You brought up the example where what if you went back in time and killed yourself? Like, how would that? And then they specifically answered it here.
Yeah,
it was good. It was cool.
It was pretty cool.
When I watched it, I didn't remember. I didn't know like they explained things that early. Or they started to explain things that early.
I like that a lot.
Because I watched it a long time ago, so I thought this kind of explanation happened around not episode 2 and 3. I thought it was at least episode 4, 5, 6. But yeah,
John Titor's been leaking all of us. I'm glad that that we get to know more about him, because in episode 1 he was just referenced, like when he told the doctor, like, hey, you're just basically just plagiarizing John Titor's work. I see it all over it. Please let us know if it's not plagiarism, if you have some views that are contradicting of his. You don't, because you took all of it from John Titor. But I like that we're seeing more of John Titor. We're not seeing, we're reading. And his explanations, I love the visuals of the 2 lines, like the different branch. If you go back to kill someone, there's gonna be like the set of memories. I think that's like episode 3. That's cool. So far it's being really nice.
This might have been my first introduction to that, because this came out in like 2010.
Okay.
It was a long time ago, and I forget when I first watched it, but this might have been like the first time I've been exposed to that type of theory about time, which is interesting to think about. Do you remember the first time that you've been introduced to these kinds of plots? Like, was it a story? Was it something you heard in school? Like, was it a movie?
Yeah, to me it's a movie, Back to the Future. That's the first. Wow. Yeah. That's the first time I was introduced to time traveling, which at the time I was much younger. I was like a kid, so therefore there are some things. Maybe if I watched the movie back, I'll say like that probably doesn't make sense, or it doesn't. But yeah, Back to the Future is the first time, and of course, my second favorite movie of all time, Predestination. Love that. I love that. Oh man, I love that.
Did Back to the Future? Did they talk about the science behind it, like the splitting worlds, all that?
So the doctor did the best he could to warn Marty. I hope that was the name of the main character. Yeah, about it. Like, hey Marty, when you go back there, please do not make any contact with your past self or your mother or just anything, because any little thing that you do here will shift in the future as you know it. But they never talked about creating different branches. Like there's a in Back to the Future, I think old Vep, whatever the fuck that bully's name was, went back and gave himself a betting record book, a book of results, old results, because he went back in the past. So he used that book and got rich, but we never learn of the one that's poor, that's still poor, because that created another branch, because that's not how it was written. It was linear, how that one was written. Like, whatever they changed in the past, they didn't create something new. It just changed their own future. But what John Titor is saying, what Dark Matter showed us, is there's different branches. Even Predestination, too, it's linear. Yeah, Predestination is one branch. Like, the main character constantly meeting the main character.
I guess first, what do you think of ruka?
Well,
because I know you have I don't know if you call it a grudge, but you have this observation out of many animes I've shown you, where you're like, why do they make the guy look like a girl, or what? You said something similar to that.
Wait, Christian, that's a guy? Is this why he keeps repeating? But he's a dude. But it's a dude.
Yeah.
This is just. No, I don't even want to finish the show. That's just stupid. What?
Yeah.
Christian, okay. Christian, you've been watching anime longer than I am. Why do they do this?
Stepping in cancel territory.
We're not big enough to get canceled. Like, why do they do this? This really just frustrated me.
Okay, so you thought...
Honestly, I was going to bring that up too. I was going to bring that up because he said, he said something about her that I wrote down also. Yeah, ruka, the personification of feminine grace.
Yes,
and a dude.
Like, what do you think he meant?
I thought dude's like one of the boys. Like, as in, like, when girls like friend zone guys, I thought he friend zoned her. Like, come come on, this is just stupid, man. Like, what? Wait, Christian, am I the
You
only
thought Ruka
person?
was hot, did you?
Ruka isn't an attractive woman. Just wait.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's they drew a woman. Like that's
Why
not.
do they do
They
this?
drew a woman and then they gave the woman a woman's voice, or they drew a woman
Christ,
and then
man.
gave Ruka a voice, or like a woman's voice. So like it's a woman for all. I mean,
Why do they always do this, man? Actually, they didn't do this in Freeman. Like Attack on Titan, like Armin from season 1 and season 2. Armin, that's
Well,
not a boy. Like,
in Frieren, I remember you said you thought the little demon girl was a boy, but it was a little demon girl.
Because it's a demon, I'm that one I can just let slide. That's not a real person. That's a monster. They can do whatever they want to do with a monster. I don't care. But like Hunter x Hunter, what is him? Kurapika.
Kurapika, yep.
Why give him a dress? Okay, I don't even care about that. That's fine. Like features that are. What's crazy is we see them draw boys. Like, we have gone. Killua is kind of shady, but it is what it is. Killua's brothers who look like sisters, but they're brothers.
Oh yeah.
It is what. It's just like, come on, man. They keep doing this. Like, why?
You're so disappointed, weren't you?
What? ReZero, the guarder, the guardian.
Felix.
Like, what is this? like, why?
You were about to search up the hentai, weren't you?
I'm so confused. I feel betrayed. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, this has been the most this show has been the most matter of fact about it from all the shows I've shown you thus far. Like they're very clearly saying multiple times, dude, this is a dude.
I know, but
hey
I'm like,
guys, this is a dude. So,
she's like giggling. Like, what?
She's the personification of feminine grace.
What is this? You know what, man? Okay, let me just not spend like hours on this. This is stupid. To me, this is subjective. It is what it is.
Well,
but
you know what's cool about it though is again, this came out in 2010. That was an era where it was still the thing to call somebody gay, you know, or to like, it was still like a very, it was more of a homophobic era than than when we're living now. So for the representation of these characters to be in shows like this, it's interesting. Even in One Piece, because One Piece, the anime was airing in like 1999. I think that's when episode 1 aired. And then in like the early 2000s, there's a gay character. And then this character becomes very important later on in the story. So it's cool that there's like, it adds a touch of open-mindedness, I feel, to just the author because of the year that this came out in. But yeah, I get what you're saying though. That it happens a lot, to the point where it's like a common thing where people just call it a trap in anime.
this is stupid. It is what it is. Like,
Or I guess
I
nowadays
understand
they're
if
called femboys, but it used to be called traps.
like if it's still like if it's to a certain group. Are there groups of guys who look like girls? I don't know actually. Like what is like? Is it like a glitch in animation? It's obviously not. Because they keep having one. No, because like I don't understand if everyone was just not drawn to perfectly display without a shadow of a doubt, boy or girl. I don't understand that, but we have those like in all these shows. Okay, when you look at like Okarin, that's a guy. When you look at Mayuri, that's a girl. Again, to me, at this point, I don't know where these lines stand. I don't know in today's day and age, but it is what it is. You know what, man? Let's just.
Yeah, I don't really know why that's a thing. I don't know why it shows up so much.
It is what it is.
I'm sure it's some.
They got quotas to meet, I guess. I don't know, but listen, the story's freaking
boxes
sick.
to kick.
That makes perfect sense. It's like the personification of feminine grace and a dude. It's like, what?
It was very poetic.
Right.
I figured you would like that because you love poetry.
Stupid. That's funny. Now I have to like rethink the scene. Well, I'm not gonna rethink the scene. It's not that deep. But like when I first saw this, initially, throughout this episode, throughout these 2 episodes, we're doing 2 and 3. Although he's not, he could be him if he wanted to. There's so many girls. Well, I thought this one was a girl. There's so many girls and guys who just look like they want him. And sexually is too much. Doesn't want to be with him. And he's just like, he's not aloof, but he's not taking advantage of that. Which I didn't see him in that light. They never demonstrated that, but these 2 episodes made it look even nicer. Like again, before I realized Ruka was a freaking guy. Like Ruka's one of us, Christian. Wild. It is what it is. before I realized that.
I am glad that you voiced that up though, because I had the same thought about Okabe, that he is not somebody who is like intimidated by women, whereas someone in his position, usually like being the scientist, being in a lab, his like make believe enemies. It's an easy breeding ground for somebody to be like not good with women, who feel intimidated by women, especially if it's a woman who's like famous, who has a bit of a name.
Right, like homegirl, yeah, Makise Kurisu.
Yeah. And there's little moments like when he puts his phone on the microwave and he calls her Christina. He's like, Christina, I think he says Christina. Send a message to my phone, and then she's like, I don't have your number. That could have been an easy scenario for someone who's like desperate to get the attention of women or whatever, to be like, okay, here's my number. But he's like, all right, whatever, use Daru's phone. It's like he's not like a simp, basically.
That's true.
And whereas someone like Daru, when he was in the
Daru's just horny. Yeah, Daru's horny 24/7.
Yeah, he gives off more simpy vibes, especially when they were in the maid cafe, and then Ferris, the pink-haired girl, when he was getting jealous just because she was showing Okabe more attention. So, and then even then, like, he's not fazed by it, and it's just really cool. He's that kind of character. So,
I think since you told me the organization is fake, I think because he's so fixated on his memory lapse that he can't remember, and this John Titor thing, and also too, these girls, that's another thing, girls not women, like these girls are not on his level of intellect. So for that reason, I think there's a lot of reasons why them liking him so much isn't phasing him like that, because he wouldn't pursue them. Like I think he sees Mayuri as like a little sister. I think he sees what's the girl that worked at the cafe that you just mentioned, homegirl's name? Ferris, yeah. It's just like, I think you see Ferris as just one of Mayuri's friends. Just and it's not even like flirting. When he got to the cafe and she was like, the organization's still trying to get me, and she's like, I can help. He's like, no, love, it's okay, love. It wouldn't be right to me to have you fight my battles. we're just kind of hot. You're like, damn, daddy, chill. But again, I don't think his intentions behind these words are like that. It's just like, you guys are cool, but you guys are not where I'm at, and there's no. I don't think.
Well, no, yeah, it's like, because it wasn't that I'm saying it's like intentional on his part. It's just he is, because that's like for example, a lot of guys nowadays, guys who are really down bad, they would jump at any opportunity to flirt with a girl, get her number, or that kind of guy. But, right. And it's more rare these days to find a guy who wouldn't be so flustered when there's an opportunity to potentially get a number, or potentially flirt, or potentially be in like a romantic scenario. And those kind of guys typically are the ones that women chase after, because they have, and we've talked about this before, like the aloofness of a guy that draws women in. Okabe is just naturally that kind of guy. He's him, basically, and he doesn't get flustered by it. It's a quality that I think is a good indication of like his character, especially as the episodes go on, that he's not like somebody who just succumbs to looks or lust or temptation. Like it's just cool that's part of his character, that he deals with these things. So.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Even when like these little sexual innuendos happen, like when Daru asked Mayuri to like repeat the bananas are wet and sloppy. Yeah. And then he was like, no, stop it. And then
he does the same thing with the Makise Kurisu. Yeah. Yeah. This is when they were trying to because homegirl had the upper hand, and they find a way to flip it. They're like, wait, you're a pervert now. And she's like, no, I'm not a pervert. Like, you were thinking what I was thinking too. That's what I'm not saying. Like, why would you not say it? So you were thinking that. Yeah, I don't think he sees. Yeah, I think the reason he's like that is because he doesn't see them as that at all. Where Daru see them as that, just sexual beings. He's just
that's
like,
what's cool about it. Like he doesn't see them that way.
Yeah, and that's what makes him most so guys chill. Would. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. I can't believe Ruka's. It is what it is. But anyway, right?
You thought Ruka was the hottest character in the show. I know, dude. I get it.
She was cute, Christian. Bro.
Yeah.
The personification of feminine grace and a dude. Anyway, so I okay, yeah. So not like they're poor, but they're living off of donations and literally donations, right? The food that they just got, like Ruka's father had too much corn. Like there was a surplus, so they're like, hey, you guys can have those. We're good. The junk that they keep getting from the neighbor, a landlord slash pawn shop or thrift store, like, just. It looks like they're barely making ends meet. Also, they look very young too. Probably like kids right out of the school. I think Daru said out of college. Daru said in episode 1 as they're walking at the end, like, oh, the school want me to come back or something along those lines. Yeah.
They also mentioned like Okabe he asked Daru like how long have we known each other.
3 years.
He said, 3 years, not including the year where we didn't talk to each other in class or something.
Yeah, that is true. So you call him Okabe. I call him Okarin.
Yeah, there's so many like names, like nicknames. There's Christina, there's Zombie, there's Okabe,
Christina is not her name. That was a joke. but he has.
I still like, even though I've watched the show, I know her name is Makise. I still find myself like about to say Christina, just because.
Oh, so that one joke continues.
Well, it's a common like thing in the show, just like Hyoin Kyoma, and then he calls Daru Hack occasionally.
Right.
Mayuri, Mayushi. Like, it's just. There's different times that these nicknames pop up, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing too, they call each other differently. Like Mayuri calls him Okarin, like, and he's like, call me by I don't know my whatever the other name is, because Daru doesn't call him Okarin. I've never heard Daru call him that. Is it Okarin or Okarin? Okarin. Yes, Okarin. Yeah. It's like and Daru calls Mayuri Mayushi or something. It just it's weird. It's cool.
She said she preferred Mayushi in the first episode.
They got their thing going on. But yeah, they look like they're barely making ends meet. Like, these folks are living off of just donations. Just, they're on Obamacare. Or just whatever they're on. No, actually, no. I meant food stamps. Yeah, they're on, like, food stamps and EBT cards. But it is what it is. They're very smart, so that's cool. And, of course, Christian, we mentioned this already. The wording, the language. The landlord is hiring. This man said, as Father Time encroached so swiftly that help is needed to maintain a client of Rick Havern like this. Bro, I was like, yo. Bro, all you have to say is, bro, are you getting that old that someone needs to come here and help you with this dump? It's just like, dude, but like...
Yeah, adding that much vocabulary adds like a little bit of stank to everything he says.
I love it so much. And I love that I can understand this. No, not that people can't. Like, okay, one of the main ways I learned English was through a dictionary. So for that reason, my vocab is...
Eminem, mother...
I know, right? Yes, Marshall. Which, dude, we gotta give Marshall so much prop for that. You know how hard that is. Okay, small tangent. He could have just been a regular, like a like grammatically none. What's the decline? Is decline the opposite of incline? Okay, he just could not. He could have been just one of these regular rappers with basic vocab. This man who didn't even finish high school put on himself to pick up his vocabulary, to strengthen it by using dictionaries, like studying like new words and putting them into his rhymes. Like that extra level to distance yourself from your peers, other rappers, is not highlighted enough about Marshall. That's insane. That's fucking insane. Yeah. That's why he's one of the goats.
I'm trying to remember because I always remember MGK's Rap Devil.
I love Rap Devil so much.
What was the line about the dictionary? He's like,
all you do is read the dictionary and sit aside. Like, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Little dweeb. All you do is like... Christian, as an Eminem fan, I love Rap Devil.
I know.
Like, I hate...
It's hard not to give it its flowers because that is just...
It's really easy, unfortunately. Like, I hate how people who are fan of someone can just dismiss anything that's against that person. Like, people do it with celebrities. People do it with political parties. They're like, oh, if you're with this, you got to be fully with this and hate that. They do it with sports. Like, if you're a Messi fan, you got to hate Ronaldo. It's like, no.
Tribalism.
It's like, yeah, Rap Devil. This man dropped a diss with a hook, Christian. That was a full song. Oh man.
Funny enough, there's a moment in Steins Gate later on where there's a little bit of rapping. It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It's
okay.
You'll know it when it comes.
Where were we? Okay. Yes, the new hire. Oof. Again. Or
yes,
what we mentioned right now. Yeah, girls cute too. They're all cute. Look at me out here, just freaking. I'm out here just objectifying these women anime characters
between humanity, real people, and anime.
I know, right?
I'm proud of you.
But Christian, again, not flirting. He's just aloof, but she's in it. Like, I gotta let you know, there's been multiple acquaintances of mine who've been hounded by the organization. Sarah, Claudia, Innocent Simone. I'm like, Daddy, chill. And she's like, I can take it. No, I'm good. I'm like, bro, you don't know. I'm like, girl, stop. Oh man, no. Ocarina's just, I'm like, stop. I'm like, yo, Okarin, please. No, that was sick. But weird, right? The girl's never seen corn. There's so many little things that or like how the landlord told Mayuri, why you hanging out with these people? He's like, I'm a hostage, I couldn't leave even if I wanted to. I'm like, and this girl's like, I've never seen corn. I'm like, were you made in a lab? I was like, are you severed?
It's a little weird thing.
Is this an any?
Yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah. Okay, so we're jumping, right? So yeah, John Titor mentioned the different branches, right? If I killed you, we already covered that. That's cool.
There's a monopoly in the time machine market.
Right. But Christian, he calls Daru and said, hey, I can't find a John Titor book. Daru said, what are you talking about? Who the fuck is John Titor? Dude, the thing that just got explained, if I kill you on one timeline, no, that's not here. In episode 3, actually, John Titor explained that more. How these branches, if I go back and kill you, memories of the world in which A continues to live will be nullified, will literally be obliterated, overwritten by the memories of the world in which A's life was cut short by my action. So, is this what's happening with everyone around him? Like, he has memories of his past, but because he time traveled. Because again, they mentioned in episode 3, right? And my phone was linked with the microwave. Because of that, the frequency when I sent you that email about Makise, Kurisu's death, I time traveled to. But it's like, yeah, he have memories that other people don't. Because it's like, he created another branch. And I love that Titor keep telling him, I've never been to the 2000s. Maybe you've met me in another world. Not world, he says something else.
World line.
Another world line, yes.
Yeah. And we know how the butterfly effect can have really crazy changes. Like,
yes.
What's like I forget the official thing. I guess it's like a butterfly can knock over something that would cause like World War III. It's like that crazy
the butterfly
cascading effect.
That's what it's called.
So incredibly small. Yeah.
It's like the butterfly effect. It's almost like a domino effect, actually. Like one small thing can just derail the course of so many other things. Yeah, you go back in time and just kill a butterfly. Yeah, and I love how these things are tying together. Like the woman, for example. There's this lady that was like, hey, do you happen to recognize this? What does that look like? Some old typewriter thing from my end? Yeah, Christian, what is that? Before Daru explained it, IBN 5100. What is that picture, by the way?
Yeah, the IBN 5100. It's a really old computer that can read code. No other computer can. It can read IBN's programming code, specifically. Their proprietary code. And
I like how it's all coming together. Like, although that lady randomly bumped into him, which is what we know for now. Like, I don't know if this was set up. Like, took the picture. Also, before I get to, like, how it's tied in and it's being all nice, like, the artistic unity is cute. Notice when he reached out politely to be like, hey, you wrote my name wrong. Let me take your phone and write my name and type my name in correctly. Like, she flinched. Like, is that someone who's been abused? Like, is that a survivor? I don't know. Just, my mind always go to these places. But I'm like, okay, it is what it is.
It was. I'm sure it stood out to you because it stood out to me when she said that she was taking pictures for evidence of stuff she's seen.
Like, is there a memory thing? Are you like, is this Memento, my favorite movie of all time? Like, can you not make short-term memories? Just new memories, I mean. Okay.
Also, just to jump a little bit, since we're talking about her, he calls her Shining Finger. So in person, she's not really expressive, right? She has these, like you mentioned, he goes to grab the phone, she flinches away. But then when she's texting, I know it was all Japanese, but there was a lot of emojis from her.
Yeah.
So a lot of emojis, a lot of exclamation points. So she's very expressive in text. But when he met her, she was very, stone-faced. She didn't really emote that much. So,
yeah, there's
a strange woman.
Huh. There is something I wanted to bring up to you, actually. Now you mentioned the texting and the scriptures and the words. I hate how they don't give me subtitles in English for those signs.
This is because of where we're watching it. Because when I first watched Steins Gate, it was on this site called Funimation. But Funimation I think they got merged into Crunchyroll. But Crunchyroll doesn't have Steins Gate right now. So, but the whole point of what I'm saying is that, like, there is a version with subtitles. And if I can find it, I'll let you know. We'll watch that.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm missing key details.
Context. Yeah. Yeah,
You know, I hate
even when
that.
they were showing like the message board with Titor, that all that was translated too. So
Right.
yeah,
So
I'll see
we
if I can
just-
find one
bro.
version.
We're out here just fucking reacting to 3/4 of the story.
Well, I mean, they say enough like with
That's
their,
true.
with their words.
That is true. Yeah, but then how this whole thing, this IBN thing came together, how like from him conversing with John Titor, him saying, yes, I would need an IBN 5100 because this is what I need to prove the time traveling theories. And even then they later find out like through CERN, right? What is CERN? CERN, they said it's this organization, this private organization, I think, that deal with scientific testing or something of the sort. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yes. And Daru's so like well versed in that realm. It's like, oh, dude, that's an IBN 5100. Like for the CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, it's just there's rumors, that it can produce black holes, but they'll need the IBN 5100 to find it. But Makise's lecture contradicted that. Like we have to hack into the CERN, the research organization.
Yeah, I know I told you about this away from the podcast. I feel like you talk about something in like hacking, like one person hacking into CERN. Or one person hacking into an organization that is working with black holes and all that.
Yeah.
There's this idea of like social engineering, because there's a book by a really famous hacker, and he goes into detail. He basically says that hacking is not always a matter of just doing something on your computer. It could be like speaking to somebody and convincing them that you're like an employee who got locked out of their account, or if your building has a security door and you have a key card you need to use to get into that door. If you're a hacker, and let's say you're trying to get into like this really big bank, you could dress up in a suit, undo your buttons a little bit, have a bagel in your mouth, and then run up to the door when somebody's about to open it. And you're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot my key card at home. You think you could let me in real quick? I have this meeting I have to get to. And then they'll look at you and they'll see you're in a suit. They'll see that you're a little bit undone, and they're like, they could draw the conclusion in their head of like, okay, I get it.
Harmless.
Social pressure, all that stuff. So social engineering is a big part of hacking. And Daru said that he said fake user ID for the win, or something like that. So that's probably along the lines of what he would have to do. He would have to somehow find out how he could say he has like a wrong password or whatever. But yeah, I could see it. It's not like completely, because when I first watched the show, I watched it before understanding social engineering, and I was like, how could a guy with a single laptop hack into such a technically sound facility? But now there's different ways that it would make sense for me. So I wanted to call that out, because that's a pretty big thing to hack into this facility.
I love that there was limitation, because we talk about this in a bunch of different stuff. Even Freeman, right? How there's limitation, like the magic it's bounded by the knowledge that they have. There's things that they can't do. So when Daru hacked into it, there's a lot of movies when hackers hack into whatever. It's like, oh great, we're in. Here's what it is. Let me just do this. Let me do that. But I love how because like you just mentioned, all he was able to do was through a fake employee ID card or something like that to create a fake login.
ID.
A fake user ID, but he specified, because this is through a user ID, we have limited access. So this is not it's not like when an H gamer shows you the booch.
You know what that means? You know what he meant by that?
Is that, are we talking about vagina? Is this not what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
H game is a hentai game.
Of course.
Yeah.
But Christian Mayuri, she giggled and say, you're naughty, Daru. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right.
She's a freak.
She's a
It's the innocent ones.
she's a freak. She's a bro.
Dude,
But
speaking of Mayuri, just real quick, that song, when she was running up the stairs, it was like when you're something about chicken tenders, like when you need a chicken tender. No, when you're on a chicken bender, go and get yourself some chicken tenders. And then she was like, "Bok, bok, bok." That shit killed me. I forgot that killed me. I rewatched that like 5 times. That was so
yeah. Although this is not what they're doing, I don't know what they're doing, right? I'm not in the head of those writers at that time. Her workplace, although they did sell like food, it's very Hooters like the attire.
Cat Cafe.
Yeah. So
You know that's a thing in Japan.
Oh, really?
Maid Cafe. Yeah. Yeah. I would assume it's still a thing. 'Cause I know a couple years back it was pretty. That was a place a lot of tourists would go. But yeah.
Interesting.
It's, those kind of places exist.
But yeah, to reel this back in. Yeah, I like that there's limits to this. Like, yeah, and because of the little piece of information that they had, they were able to like look deep and find out, oh shit, like time traveling trials were actually successful, and they've been telling the public that it failed. Oh shit! What is this file? A human is dead. A human is dead. Like what? Yo, they're unraveling so much, and pieces are coming together, and just beautifully lining in with the plot. Just like that old woman in the IBM 5100 that she needs a hacker to look into, which we have a hacker in Daru. No, it's sick. It's sick. So far as it's pretty dope.
And there's also one other thing. When Titor mentioned in episode 3, when Okarin was messaging Titor on the message board, and then he started explaining that time is not a river flowing from past to future in inexorable current. He said he was giving that example about going back in time, killing person A, and how doing so will lead to an alteration of what is known as the divergence number.
Yeah.
And the world line shifts to a universe without person A. So this divergence number, I think for now,
stopper.
Yeah, one of those two. I think it's just like a way to think about it is just like your universe is one number. It's like this. You could think of it as like a 5-digit, 6-digit, maybe 8-digit number, and then when you switch world lines, that number would change, and that's the divergence number. So that's what he's talking about there.
No,
There's
it's
something
sick.
to call out here because it could be easy for that to slip by.
And just like in Dark Matter, how different characters are explaining like the box, but how we're getting explanations from Titor from time traveling and what it would take. And the way these answers were elicited is so nice because we're seeing this not Facebook or Reddit, like this online platform of people asking questions of him and him answering. When Okarin was just reading everything. Some guy's like, hey, how would you do this? And Titor's like, this is not that way. If we do it that way. Wait, is it some guy or all this is a conversation on the web between Okarin and John Titor?
It's like a mix of both.
Okay. Yeah. So that's cool. This pool of people that are just have questions and he's answering. It's just like cool.
Right.
That's pretty sick actually. Did we talk about the teleportation of the banana? We covered that, no? Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, we're moving around these 2 episodes. It is what it is. Yeah, that was pretty sick. That was sick actually. Like the reaction. Like we just put this banana in there.
When their heartbeats, there was a moment where their heartbeats like amplified. Like they showed you Okarin and they showed you Daru, and then their heartbeats each time, and it was like a really loud heartbeat too. My heart, like I remember when I first watched the show, and then when I watched it this time, my heart also skipped a beat because it's just so sudden, and it's like it just threw me for a loop because it's just so intense for like 1 millisecond. It was cool the way they did that.
The concept is sick too because the banana teleported back in the past in its current phase. Like the banana didn't teleport back. That means it's not an older banana. Like John Titor's explanation, right? How the 2 timeline, if one dies, the other one takes over, and the memories are of this new one, not the older one. As in, what went back is not the banana from the past. The banana from the present went back and replaced the past banana that was taken out of the branch. It's so cool.
Wait, you mean like I was trying to follow. You saying that
okay, the banana that they removed and put in the microwave.
Right.
It didn't go back to the branch, travel back in time in the state of the banana that was on the branch before it was removed. It traveled back in time, but in the like gooby gopher. He had an alliteration, like
Goo. Yeah,
right.
Like
as in, it went through the microwave. Got gooey, stayed gooey, but traveled back to where it was.
Right.
It didn't go back in the past, but its past self. As in, they're able to move through time, but in their current state that they are, which is not that crazy. That's what time traveling is, actually, now that I think about this whole thing. But it was just cool to me, actually. So, did Okarin, when Okarin sent that email, because we later found out in episode 3, right, how, with the chicken tenders, yes, they put in the microwave, Mayuri, which I don't understand why Homegirl would open that when we told you what we're doing. But it is what it is. Right. The text that he sent today, July 29th for them, was received on July 24th. The text traveled back 5 days. So this is why his text that he sent, his email that he sent to Daru on July 28th, got to Daru on July 23rd. So that this time travel just takes you back 5 days from the 3 experiments that they've done. Like the email he sent in episode 1, Daru's like, I got it on the 23rd, 5 days. The banana, well, we don't know the days, but yeah, the banana got back to its branch. Maybe it traveled back 5 days of where it was 5 days ago. And the latest text on the 29th traveled back 5 days. It received on the 24th. So it looks like there's a 5-day travel back in time kind of sequence. But again, they don't have a grip on it. They're just testing right now. And it was fucking sick.
And now they can't really test because the microwave's broken.
The microwave's broken. And also, Makise Kurisu, she lives in America. She's like, I gotta head back home. And in August, we're in July 28 right now. So she have like a few weeks with them. She did agree. I'm shocked that she agreed to these two conditions. Actually, I'm not shocked because these people are doing some groundbreaking discovery. Like, hey, if you join our crew, to look at her microwave, you need to A, join our crew, and B, don't run to the cops. Like, don't tell the cops. And she's like, fine.
Yeah. The second one was more of a joke, but yeah.
Yeah, member 004, also known as Christina.
Or Zombie.
Or Zombie. No, that's wild.
Their back and forth was pretty great. Especially when they were circling around each other, sizing each other up.
Yeah.
That was nice. I like that.
Yeah. It really is nice. Yeah, the show's pretty cool so far, man. I'm enjoying myself. Some time travel, some very funny, witty, like, what is it? The way he speaks, his vocabulary. When Homegirl first entered the apartment, like, how did you allow her to get in here? Oh, you were ill-prepared for a 3-dimensional woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a way of saying, it's okay, you're a fucking simp, I get it.
Yeah.
It's okay, you're not used to talking to chicks, I understand.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fucking wild. I still cannot believe Ruka is a dude. Jesus.
I know.
But she's a dude. It's nice to know, but a dude. Personification of feminine grace in a dude.
It's funny you didn't catch on to it.
Every time he says a dude, I'm like, oh, because that's our bro. No, just say that's a bro. That's one of the bros. I can't. Like, oh, homegirl, I love her like a sister, bro. That's a sis. That's a bro. I don't see her like that. That's what I thought this whole time.
He thought he was trying to, like, just reaffirm in his head that this is a friend.
Yeah. No, I was wrong. It is what it is. And before even all that, too, like, right, in the beginning I mentioned how he's actually nice because knowing that he's aware that sword is not real, but he pretends that his hand has been possessed just so he could kill him. There's these little gestures that he does to boost morale, that's really nice. And now when he's carrying the corn, he peeped that Mayuri is looking at her watch, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be late for work, and she's like, it's okay, just give it to me. But they lingered, like they show you when he takes the bag from her, they zoom in, and then they zoom in on her cheeks, blushing, saying, "You're such a gentleman." I don't know, man. Bro, Okarin just need one bad night to be like, you know what, I want pussy. He's like, okay, I have a lot of candidates lined up. I can even swing both ways if I want to. I can just hop in the ruka. Like, I don't know, man. Like, he has a lineup that's pretty strong that he's not even using.
Yeah.
Even that new girl. Yeah, even that new girl that the landlord just hired. Homegirl's intrigued heavily.
Yeah. I love how he said we're about to fire the first shot in the cyber war. When she was asking about, like, what are they doing up there? This was before Daru hacked into CERN.
Yeah.
He's just referring to the hacking.
But she peeped all that because she was listening. She even gave him some clues too. Yeah. From their conversation, he left it with something. Like,
she was
John
the one
Titor 2000.
Yeah, and she explained what the IBN was, basically, to read the code.
Yeah. Even with her, like we already mentioned, right? I've had multiple acquaintances of mine have been hounded by the organization. Sarah, Claudia, Innocent, Simone. You don't want this, girl. Baby girl, you don't want this.
Yeah.
Bro, this man's wild. Nah, I love his character a lot. He has all that, yet he's not a perv. Like yet he has a strong, his grounds when it comes to fucking perv behavior. Like, he doesn't condone that. Like, oh, Daru, stop. Like, say that again, Mayuri. Stop. That's cool. Fucking pump. What did we not cover in these 2 episodes? Yeah. Yep, I think we did. Alright, it's been real.
Yep. Alright. See ya.
Bye.